Today marks an unforgettable milestone in my life. Exactly 1 year ago, my partner of nearly 2 years, with whom I had a regretful yet beautiful affair, left me due to unavoidable circumstances. That day was heart-wrenching for both of us, but life often takes wild and unpredictable turns. I am fully aware of the gravity of my mistake, having had an affair while being married. Both my partner and I were deeply unhappy about deceiving our respective spouses, and I feel immense guilt towards my wife and children, who remain oblivious to the affair. Our story began 3 years ago at a birthday party for a friend of my son. She was the mother of the birthday boy. The moment I saw her, I was captivated by her beauty. Her wavy salt and pepper hair, fair complexion, and eyes like lotus petals that sparkled like stars enchanted me. She was 38 but looked incredibly youthful. I couldn't take my eyes off her, even with her husband standing nearby. I thought about her incessantly for the next week. I got a chance to see her again at a parent-teacher meeting at our son's school. When she smiled at me, it was a smile I'll never forget. It felt like a fine wine, growing more intoxicating with time. We had a long conversation that day, filled with laughter and compliments about her beauty. She asked for my number, and we began to chat sporadically. As time passed, she needed my help when her husband was arrested. I leveraged my connections to secure his release. In gratitude, she gifted me a watch, which I still wear. Our relationship grew closer. We started meeting for coffee and dinner as we worked in the same area. Eventually, she too felt the attraction and began flirting with me. I became more open with my feelings, and our mutual admiration grew. She blushed every time I complimented her. One fateful day, while her husband was away on a business trip, she invited me over to help with some paperwork. It was around 11 a.m. We watched a movie together, and the tension between us was palpable. She confessed her love for me and hugged me tightly. That was our first hug, and it felt surreal. I hugged her back and kissed her forehead. We should have stopped there, but we didn't. We ended up making love that day. She was the only woman besides my wife with whom I'd been intimate. I left feeling conflicted and resolved never to let it happen again. The next day, we apologized to each other, but our bond remained. She became pregnant, took pills to terminate the pregnancy, enduring health issues without blaming me. We continued our relationship, traveling to various places, visiting theaters, parks, and malls. We attended parties, danced, and shared passionate kisses. I never allowed our intimacy to go beyond kissing after that. She became my greatest support, even more than my wife. She provided emotional and financial support, showing me a love I'd only experienced from my mother. Time passed, and eventually, our sons completed their 10th grade. She invited me over one last time before her husband was transferred to another city. Her son wanted to attend a better school there. Our final meeting was filled with tears. We hugged tightly, our eyes wet with sorrow. We kissed one last time, knowing it was a final goodbye. After she left, she tried to reach out to me, but I blocked her and changed my number to end the affair. It was painful but necessary for the sake of my family. Though I still think about her, I know it was the right decision for my children and wife. A friend told me she is doing well with her husband, but I know a part of her heart still aches. Sometimes enduring pain is necessary to ensure the happiness of those we love, right?